Good morning students. Welcome to Graphics and Multimedia Lab class. On today video class, we will discuss about a new topic that is Adobe Photoshop. And this Photoshop is related to photo editing and photo designing purpose. So let's start with Photoshop. Photoshop. Photoshop is Adobe's photo editing, image creation and graphic design software. It is an important tool for graphics designers and professionals who have to work with images. The software provides many image editing features for raster as well as vector graphics. How to install Photoshop? Same procedure of your Flash software. You have to open the Google Chrome. On your Google you have to search free download Photoshop for Windows, and you will be getting one option that is called Adobe Photoshop 7.0 download for PC, and which is supporting the version Windows version as 7, 8 or 10. Then click in download option and follow the steps for installation. After installing your Photoshop, next procedure is how to start the Photoshop. As you have to double click on the Photoshop icon if it is available on your desktop, or you have to click on start all program and Photoshop 7 is there. You have to click on Photoshop 7, then your Photoshop software is getting started. So here you will be getting the Photoshop home screen. Where the title bar is there, menu bar is there, option bar is there, toolbar is there, and the working area, that one is called your current document, and that same option pens are there. Now what is the menu bar? As you know, these are the components of Photoshop. So first one is your menu bar. This is the first and most used component of any software. This option consists of various commands used to edit and compose images in the software. So what are the menu options are there? As file is there, edit is there, image is there, layer, select, filter, view, window and help are the basic options of your menu. Okay. Next is your option bar. So inside option bar, it is nothing but the bar that shows several options for specific tools in the tool palette. When the user chooses a certain tool in the tool palette, the option bar showcases various preferences for that specific tools. So this is the option bar. Okay. Now next go for the tools palette. This palette is present on the left side of the interface. It is a collection of icons that are used for creating and editing images, page elements and artworks. Okay, this is the tool palette. Now next is your document window. It displays the current status of the file in which the user is working. This window can be grouped and docked as per the requirement of the designer. And the next one is your layer panel. This panel is the most used panel by all the editors. This panel helps the user to stack different items on the artboard on different layers to keep them organized and make editing more easy and fast. So this is the layout of toolbox. These are the options are available inside your toolbox. So let's start with the first option. First one is your Marquee Select Tools, or it can be pronounced as rectangular Marquee tool. It is used for what purpose? That to select a rectangular portion of an image. So for selection purpose, this tool is to be used. Next is for moving purpose. Move tool. It is used for moving image or a portion of the image from one location to another location. Next is your lasso tool. Under lasso tool, there is a group of tools which we can use to make free from selection in an image. Then magic wand tool. It allows us to select a consistently colored area without selecting the outline of an object. Click on the magic wand tools in the toolbox and then click on the image. All the adjacent area with a similar color gets selected. Then next is healing brush tool. It lets you correct imperfections, causing them to disappear into the surrounding image. For example, it used for reducing the wrinkles under the eye. Then dots tool. It is used to lighten or darken areas of an image. Clone stamp. This tool allows to copy pixels with their foreground color and apply them on other area in the image. These tools are quite useful to correct old images. Then next is your erase tool. It works like an ordinary eraser to delete specific area from an image. Blur tool. This tool blurs pixels of a selected part of the image to impart a softened look. Then type tool is there. It is used for adding text to an image. Eyedropper tool. It allows us to select the foreground or the background color from an image. When we click on the image with the eyedropper tool, the color, the area where we clicked become the foreground color. The foreground color box in the toolbox shows the color of the area in the image where we clicked with the eyedropper tool. Next is zoom tool. As you know, you have to enlarge or reduce the view of your image. And hand tool is there. When we enlarge the size of an image, the entire image is not visible in the image window. Thus, to navigate from one part of the image to another part, the hand tools is to be used. To use the hand tool, click on it in the toolbox, place the mouse pointer on the image area and drag it to navigate through the image. Okay, so these are the options of toolbox. Next is screen mode. Here the screen mode is divided into major three things, that is standard screen mode, full screen mode with menu bar, and now we are able to create a new file in Photoshop. So how to create a new file? Click on file option, click on new. Here you will be getting one dialog box with lots of options. This is the sample of dialog box where you will be getting name, on title is there, image size is specified with width, height and the resolution. Here the different options are there like pixels, inches and your picas, points, centimeter. These are the options are there, and mode of color is there. Then the content, you can select your background as only white or with specified color or transparent order. Then you have to click on OK. So the step is already written. Click on file, click on new. The dialog box is appear on the screen. Then you have to click on OK. Clear? Now what is the meaning of this name? It allows us to give an appropriate name to the new file. You have to specify the file name. Height and width. These options let us specify the width and height of the new file in any of the 5 units. These are the units. Maybe pixel, inches, centimeters, points and picas. However, the width option offers one more unit, that is called columns. Then next one is your resolution. It is the number of pixels per inch in the final printed images. Okay, so here the resolution can be specified. Now, color mode. This option is used to specify the number of colors that can appear in an image. Then your background content. This option is used to change the background of an image. We can choose any one background from white, background color and transparent option. White option set the background to white only, and background color option set the background of the image to currently selected background color. And the last one, transparent option open a checkboard pattern for the new image. Open a file. The procedure is click on file, click on open, select the file from the list, then click on open option. Then how to save a new file. Click on file option, then click in save option, write the file name and you have to select the specified folder, then click on save option. Next is reverting files. Many times we accidentally make unwanted changes to our files. If the number of changes is large, rectifying each and every change consumes a lot of time. So this option will ignore all the changes we have made and will transfer the file to its last saved version. So the procedure is click in file, then click in revert option. And the last one is closing of files. So how you will be close your file? Click in file option, then click in close. So you go through all these options, and from the next video we will be starting with the lab work.